I quit Instagram this year, and to tell you the relief it was. But more importantly, because I didn't have to chase what's trending on Reels and editing those teeny tiny little Reels, I was able to grow my business by 52%. And that's still increasing till the end of the year here. So I want to tell you what my content plan looks like for 2026 because I am going to continue to avoid Instagram. So if you are thinking, I would love to get off Instagram, say yes in the chat, whether you're watching the replay or not. Because what I hear from so many business owners is that Instagram exhausts them, Instagram confuses them. They hate Instagram, but we're still always showing up on Instagram because we think that's the way we're going to make sales. And it doesn't have to be. My entire business was built from YouTube and it continues to thrive because of YouTube. And I hate to say the word thrive. As soon as I said it, I'm like, oh, that's a total AI word. And no, this isn't AI Trina. This is human Trina. But I want to talk about what I've shifted with my YouTube strategy to make it my entire content strategy. So, hello, My Bath Bakery. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're enjoying the series. Yesterday, I did a live series, a live video where I shared why things that used to work for online business are not going to work in 2026 and why you really have to shift for the way business has changed, specifically the ecosystem. So back before 2025, a lot of the main pillars of how we grow our business was like email marketing, paid ads, social media, and oh my goodness, there's a fourth one that I'm totally blanking on. Anyways, but now there's a new one, and that's ChatGPT. That's AI in general. And so, because of that, we now have to show up more as ourselves. We have to make sure people can relate and connect to us on a human level before they buy from us, because people are going to buy from humans in 2026. And if you aren't showing up being yourself somewhere like YouTube, it's just not going to happen for you because people need to trust you, as I talked about in yesterday's video. So I will link to that for you to check out. The other reason why is because people are using AI as a search. And if you don't have content that AI can search and can recommend to people, you're going to quickly become invisible. So those are two things that you really need to think about as you're planning your content plan. But the good news for you, what this means is that you don't have to be on Instagram. You don't have to be on Facebook because AI is not pulling Instagram or Facebook content. Woohoo, right? So, if you have questions about a content strategy, a content plan about yours, feel free to leave it in the chat because I want to have this conversation back and forth with you because it's really important to know that buyers have changed the way they buy. And it's not just reading an Instagram reel or reading an Instagram carousel anymore. They need to go deeper with you before they open their wallet to pay you. And so YouTube is the best way to do that. I'm just double checking my notes. So, what am I leaving behind? And what I think every business owner for 2026 should leave behind is being on multiple platforms. I honestly believe if you can double down your time on YouTube and you can get good at building your playlist funnels and showing up weekly on YouTube, this is going to be the business owner that sees results in 2026. And this is going to be the business owner that's going to be able to take Fridays off, that's going to be able to take vacations and not have to get online, right? And so that's why my entire content strategy focuses on YouTube. Because if I'm not putting my 100% effort on a YouTube video, it's not going to do well. And if you're spreading yourself thin across multiple platforms, that content's not going to do well because it's just not your highest quality content. But when you can focus on one platform, that's where you can get really good at and where you're going to see the results, because you're not going to see results when you're spread thin. Give me a yes in the chat if you can relate to that, if you feel spread thin because you're trying to show up on many platforms. So one of the first things that I do before I do my content plan is I look at my calendar. I will typically plan 2 launches a season. And when I do a launch, I do a virtual conference. And I love this style of launching. What I love most about it is that I've done it for 4 times. So I just rinse and repeat this virtual conference. And the last time we did it in October, we had the biggest month in my business ever. So I look at, okay, when am I going to host my virtual conferences in 2026? Because I need to back up 5 weeks from that virtual conference to make sure all the content that I put up leads people to that. Okay. So that's what I first do. Let's say I don't have my calendar yet. I just got it from Amazon 2 days ago. So I've got to put it up on the wall to finally put everything, all my dates down. So I'm looking at my 2025 calendar. So we had a virtual conference this year on April 30th. That means my YouTube video for April 30th was a fifth and final video in my playlist funnel. That's how I build this out. So then I know on April 23rd, that's the fourth. April 16th is the third. April 9th is the second video. So I know I have a playlist funnel. That's my entire strategy for YouTube, my playlist funnel that will go out through April, leading to my launch, which is my virtual conference, which launches my YouTube coaching experience. So the content that I create for that playlist funnel needs to be addressing a problem that I'm going to be diving deeper into during the virtual conference. Does this make sense? I know I don't have visuals. Listen, I'm the least techie YouTube person that you'll meet. So I am working on elevating my live skills for next year, thinking about updating some equipment, maybe get an iPad where I can draw some things out. But does the concept of building this playlist funnel that feeds into basically the day of my launch make sense to those of you here right now? So when I talk about my playlist funnel, that first video in that playlist funnel is going to be a huge belief shifting video, like why what they believe isn't what they should believe anymore, and this is what they should believe. Then that second video leads into trust building. So what is a quick win that I can give them to see, oh, she really does know what she's talking about. Just that little tweak did this for me, right? The third video then can address mistakes. But the key here is if you're creating content on YouTube as a business owner, you aren't teaching people. You aren't sharing tips. You aren't sharing tutorials because those videos aren't going to make you sales. Tips, tutorials, hacks, educational videos don't make you sales. What you want to be focusing on is belief shifting, changing the way they think about something to where they're like, oh, that's why it's not worked. I need to buy from her. I need to work with her. And this is why a lot of times I get the question, well, Trena, I have a course. Like, how do I make sure I don't give it all away for free on YouTube? Because you're not giving away the how on YouTube. You're giving away the why. You've got to make them believe the way you believe so that they know they want to work with you. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if this is kind of making sense on, it's not the education that you're giving on YouTube. It's the belief shifting and the why they need to think this way. And so I build this playlist funnel that leads people right into my launch. Because also throughout those videos, I have calls to action. Grab a ticket to the conference. Make sure you get your ticket to the conference. We're going to go deeper into this topic in the conference. And the question that I next get is, what about later? Like, what about in July when that conference is long gone? People can buy the replay. And guess what? People buy the replay of the virtual conference and they still buy my coaching program watching the replay. Everything that I do has later power. So that no matter when somebody finds a video of mine, no matter what I'm talking about or what call to action that I have, there is later power to that. So again, my videos from April, my videos from October, all talked about my virtual conference and to get a ticket. We're in December. Can you buy a ticket to that virtual conference right now? Absolutely. And do I then send you through a funnel to pitch you my YouTube coaching experience because you watch the virtual conference? Absolutely. That's why YouTube is so powerful. It is evergreen. And so when you think strategically about what you're doing and what you're putting your time into, that's how YouTube can sell for you all day, every day. And so that's how I build my content strategy, right? I look at when my launch is going to be and I back it up 5 weeks, and that's going to be a playlist funnel. Are we tracking? Give me a yes in the chat if we're tracking. Also, I want to know, does this make kind of your content plan a little bit easier? Does this make it seem like, oh, I know exactly how to like make my content strategy work? So from there, I'm backing up 5 weeks. Every 5 weeks, it's a new playlist funnel. And the reason why I create playlist funnels is because it is just like an email funnel, only it's public. People can binge it. And I'm addressing a different pain point in every single playlist funnel so that I can change their beliefs. And guess what happens in that fifth and final video? Every 5 weeks, I pitch my YouTube coaching experience. This is because I can get people into this funnel at any given time. They could jump into video 3 and know they want to work with me. They could jump into video 1 and watch 5. But the goal for me is to make sure I'm creating content that people binge for 2 reasons. They need to binge to make the algorithm like me. If I can get people to watch multiple videos, the algorithm is going to do all the work for me and send me more of the right people. If I get people to binge, the higher the chances that that person's going to convert. Because if they watch 2, 3, 4, 5 videos of yours, there's a high chance they're going to want to work with you, or buy from you. I remember this one time we had the flu. We haven't had it in a while. So knock on wood, please don't bring that into my house. Let's not bring it into my house. And I was literally on the floor with the flu, and I had got a message from somebody who said, I just binged watched like 15 of your videos. How do we work together? I want to work with you. And because I have automation set up, I sent an automation for her to sign a contract. She signed a contract, paid an invoice before I was even over the flu. I didn't sell her. I didn't get on a phone call with her. I sent her the contract because she messaged me, because she binge watched my content and dropped the money right there and then. No sales call needed whatsoever. So when you create strategic content that makes this binge session, this binge series, you're making the algorithm happy and you're getting people to buy more from you. So that's the YouTube piece of it. And I feel like you guys are tracking because Jay Carlos says we're tracking. So that's the YouTube piece of it. Every 5 weeks, I drop a new playlist funnel. I want to tell you, I drop these weekly. I don't drop them all at once because I want you to think about HBO and Netflix. So, what does HBO do with their series? They drop a new episode every Sunday. What does Netflix do? Drops it all at once, right? So, what shows are we usually talking about longer? Who gets more PR? The show that comes out every week for 10 weeks. Whereas once Netflix drops an entire show, while we love a good binge, they lose that PR power because they dropped it all one weekend. And after that, the people who watched it, and the conversation stops, right? And so this is why I create one video a week, because I am then sharing these videos and this information to my email list. And I want them to be on their toes for that next video. I want them to be ready to click that next video when I tell them it's live. And so that's why I drop one video a week. So each video gets its own PR power. Plus, if you drop multiple videos on YouTube at once, YouTube's going to have to pick a favorite. And so you really want to be dropping these videos once a week. Later on, for sure, they're going to have binge power and you're going to turn into a Netflix. But when you're rolling this playlist out, you want to be HBO, creating PR, creating hype, talking about this topic for as much as possible. Because again, we're talking content plans here. If you were to drop an entire playlist each week or in 1 week, what would you talk about to your email list? So here's what I do. I drop my YouTube video on a Wednesday, and I then create 3 email newsletters or 3 emails to my list hitting different angles of that topic. Because I then send my list 3 emails on Wednesday, on Friday, and on Monday. And it's all different angles about the topic that I shared in that Wednesday video. I'm also telling them they can watch the full video at my channel. And I have a call to action into that email as well. If I'm talking about my video game plan, I'm going to link to my video game plan in that email. And you guess what's going to happen? Not only am I making sales from this straight from the YouTube video, but I'm making sales from my email list because not everybody on my email list has bought every product that I have. And so then on Friday, I may talk about another angle of that video. And you want to make sure your emails are good so that people want to open them. If they start opening them and they're like, ugh, they're not going to open your emails. So while I say I'm using ChatGPT, I am then reviewing it and making it humanized as much as possible. ChatGPT just gives me a jump start, right? So again, Friday, share the next email. You can watch the full video at my YouTube channel, or you know what? You can just jump right into my video game plan where you can start scripting your videos. So I am selling every video that I post on YouTube or getting people to a free training. And I'm doing that in my email list. And that is the only content that I focus on. And that is why I'm sitting here today, up over 52% in revenue with more time than I've ever had. I finally got the paperwork in to volunteer at my children's school. And they've been asking me forever. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I have time for that now. I had time to do the paperwork, to go get the TB test, and go get the fingerprints, to go get all the things, because I'm just focusing on one weekly YouTube video and sending out emails. And I'm making sales every day because of this system. And that is what I'm focused on in 2026. I just watched a panel from some of the biggest entrepreneurs, like the Russell Brunson, the Amy Porterfield, the Michael Hyatts. And one of the things that they repeated across all these different panels is that you've got to focus on one platform and you've got to really focus on one offer, because people need to know what you stand for, what you do, right? And so that's what I help my clients in the YouTube coaching experience do, because the first thing I work with them is, what is the offer you want to sell more of? And then we build the channel full of people that are going to buy that offer. Because the more specific you can be in the type of person you want on your channel, the faster YouTube is going to find those people, send them to your videos, and you're going to see conversions. If you are creating productivity content and organization content and business content, YouTube has no idea who to put in front of your videos. So when you can get clear and you can start creating these playlist funnels, that's when the algorithm really understands who's the best person to watch your content. And the best person to watch your content should be somebody who is going to buy your offer. Does that make sense? Is this kind of helping you see how your content strategy could be easier next year? Because I don't even have a content calendar. My content calendar is YouTube. I have a YouTube board in Asana that I share with my clients, and I create one video a week, and I know I turn those videos into emails, and that is it. And that's what helps me sell. And if you want to help get your content strategy clear and have my eyes on it and help you really focus on how to grow a YouTube channel that sends you buyers, you can join my YouTube coaching experience right now. We're doing an end of year promo. You're going to get 2025 pricing because we're doubling the price in 2026 because we've had such great results. I had a client of mine, Belle, after 16 videos, she made $152,000, and she's not on any other platform except YouTube. I have another client, Alex, who actually took the entire summer off and made $5,000 in both June and July, not even posting, not even sending content, because her YouTube videos are evergreen content. And so because we're seeing these types of results, and because I don't have a huge coaching business, we only take 100 clients, because myself and Erin, who's my client success coordinator, we make sure we understand your business. We make sure we understand your audience. We make sure we understand your goals. And so I don't make this a big program. In fact, we had the doors closed. We didn't bring in new clients in all of November. We were on a wait list in November because we had reached our limit. Because I keep this group small so that I can know every single client that I have inside. So if you're thinking about going all in with YouTube and you want to make sure you're doing it right, you want to make sure you're getting results quickly, I would join the YouTube coaching experience at the price point it is right now, because on December 31st, the price is going to be doubling. And so this is going to be the best price that you're going to get in this program. I will be hosting a live sprint in January. So in January, I'm going to be reteaching the entire curriculum over the course of 5 days. And so if you're like, I want to get this system up and running immediately, that's what I'm going to be doing with my clients in January. So for 5 days, I'm going to teach the entire curriculum live. It's going to be like a 3 to 4 hour day for 5 days. But by day 5, you're going to have your first video film. That is the goal of this sprint. So in 1 week, you're going to have your ready to buy viewer. You're going to have your topics. You're going to have your playlist funnel. You're going to have your titles. You're going to have your thumbnails. You're going to have your scripts. You're going to have your video filmed. You're going to edit it, and you're going to be ready to post your video in the course of just 5 days in January. We've never done a sprint like this before, but I really want people to get started, get a jump start in the new year. And so if you join us now, you're going to be able to jump in, start digging into the content, start talking to the other clients that are in Slack, which under the median Hope, she's here right now. She's one of my clients. So you can get started right now. And then we will dive into the sprint in January. So you're getting extra time. So anytime you buy or you join in June, oh my goodness, anytime you decide to join here in December is like free time, because your official start date, we won't mark your start date until January 5th. So all this time is extra. You don't have to worry about wasting time. You don't have to worry about losing time in the program. You can get in today, and your official start date won't even be till January 5th, but you get access to everything, to the Slack community, to all the training videos, and then you'll get access to the live sprint in January. So tomorrow, if you're still on the fence, you're not really sure what to do with the YouTube coaching experience, you're kind of interested, you're not sure, I'm going to be hosting an open house. So I'm going to open the doors, pull the curtain back, show you exactly what the program looks like inside, walk you through all the things that I do with you, walk you through examples of audits and reviews that I give people, what the program looks like, what the Slack looks like. So we're going to be doing that live tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So make sure you check your calendar. Also, I have it on my channel if you want to click the notify me as well on that live stream, because like I said, I'm going to share everything behind the scenes that you get inside the YouTube coaching experience. So are there any questions? Anybody here not sure, how this content strategy could work for them, or questions about the playlist funnel, or questions about what they should be doing in 2026? I want to go ahead and leave the chat open for a few minutes here before I wrap up, because I am going to wrap at a certain time. I've got to go pick a kid up from school. So I do have a hard stop, but I wanted to see, are there any questions while we are here live about content strategy, about content planning, about what platforms to focus on, about what's really going to work in 2026? Do you guys like these live streams? Because like I said, I'm deciding if this is something that I want to keep doing in 2026. I'm fine going live. But I want to go live with a purpose. And so if I'm going to spend some money to upgrade some equipment, I want to make sure my audience actually wants live streams, or there's types of live streams that you would want to see, content you'd want to see, maybe reviews that I do live. The live streams are fun. Thanks, Hope. Is your video content funnel the same as your free lead magnet? Are they different? I don't have a free lead magnet. I have a free training. And so it's like a webinar. It's technically defined as a webinar. But my videos do not cover the webinar content, because the webinar content is very specific types of content. The webinar content isn't educational content. It's belief shifting content. It's storytelling of transformations. And so it's not the same. My YouTube videos are not the same as the webinar. My Bath Bakery says, do more. What kind of live streams, My Bath Bakery, would you enjoy seeing more of? I see you have 6 months and 12 months. Could you explain the difference? Yes, absolutely. So the support you get is the exact same. The reason why there's different offers in months is because if you join for 12 months, it's a cheaper rate to join for 12 months. But I wanted to make it as accessible as possible. So that's why there's an option to jump in at 6 months because it's less expensive. But if you decide you want to go all in with YouTube for all of next year, and you want to commit to a full year, we're giving you a discount to say yes to a full year. So the support is the exact same no matter which one you jump into. Same thing with the payment plan. The support's the same with the payment plan. I just wanted to give different options based on where different people are with our finances right now. I know it's been a tough year for a lot of business owners, so I really wanted to make the YouTube coaching experience here at the end of 2025 as accessible as possible so it can really help those business owners that are ready to see the light at the end of the tunnel to sell more of their offers, be able to jump in and see those results. Can you do one on those who do faceless videos? So honestly, My Bath Bakery, I don't talk a lot about faceless videos, especially as we move into 2026 and human connection is going to be critical for selling. I don't recommend doing faceless videos. I think the more you show up as you, the better results you're going to get because people want to know there's a human on the other end. People are so they have such a lack of trust as it is anymore when it comes to AI that if you don't show up as a human, it's going to be hard to make sales. It's going to be hard to build a community. So I don't recommend faceless videos. I just don't think that's what's going to work as AI continues to grow and as trust in the internet drops. Hope says Trina did not solicit me to say this, but I've been with her for 5 years. I've never been in higher touch course mastermind. Her program is absolutely worth the time and money. Thank you, Hope. Is there a payment plan if we want to commit to 12 months? I know I'll need more than 6 months of support. So we actually don't have a 12-month payment plan at the moment. But if you want to reach out to us, we can talk on the side. So you can reach out to me at trenalittle.com and we can talk about that on the side because there isn't a payment plan for the 12 months on the sales page at the moment. So we kind of just gave you the option to do the 6-month payment plan, the pay in full 6 months, or the pay in full 12 months. And know that if you decide and you get in at 6 months and you want to stay, we do offer alumni pricing. So even if you jump in at the 6 months and you want to be in for longer than 6 months, we do offer alumni pricing for those that get through the initial 6 months and they want to renew. It's at a cheaper rate. So don't worry. If you want to email me and get set up a 12-month payment plan, we can do that. But do know after 6 months, after your 6-month commitment, we have alumni pricing. And we have a very high renewal rate with alums. So we keep people around. I think Hope said it there. She's been with me for 5 years. So it attests to how well I support my clients because this is my job. This is my one offer. This is the one thing that I do. And I'm there to really get into the nitty gritty of your business and make sure your YouTube channel supports your business goals. All right, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a full behind the scenes look at the YouTube coaching experience. If you're still on the fence, make sure you're there. If you're already like, done, I'm in, I need this, I'm committing to YouTube, I know it's the best platform for me, go to trenalittle.com/coaching. You can get instant access to the curriculum, to the program, to the Slack channel immediately as soon as you sign the contract. And you're basically getting December free because your start date won't even begin until January 5th. All right, thank you everyone for showing up here. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow and have a great rest of your Wednesday.